The dilapidated mansion stood on the outskirts of town, shrouded in an eerie mist that seemed to cloak its malevolence. Its dark, Gothic architecture loomed against the moonlit sky, casting ominous shadows that danced in the cold wind. The locals whispered tales of the haunted house, its tragic history echoing through the ages. I, foolishly drawn to the macabre, couldn't resist the temptation to unravel the mysteries within its walls. As I approached the entrance, the rusty gate creaked open as if inviting me into the abyss. The air grew colder, and an unsettling stillness settled over the desolate grounds. My footsteps echoed through the overgrown courtyard, a cacophony of my own trepidation. I reached for the ornate doorknob, feeling an unnatural chill under my fingertips. As the heavy door groaned open, the darkness within swallowed me whole. The feeble glow of my flashlight flickered, casting long, ominous shadows on the grand, decaying staircase that greeted me. Dust particles danced in the dim beam of light, and the air felt thick with the weight of forgotten souls. Goosebumps erupted on my skin as a soft, haunting melody drifted through the silence. Compelled by an otherworldly force, I ascended the staircase, each step groaning beneath the weight of my anticipation. The melody grew louder, a mournful piano playing a melancholic tune that seemed to resonate with the house's tragic past. The walls seemed to whisper, telling tales of lost love, betrayal, and untimely deaths that clung to the very fabric of the mansion. My flashlight revealed portraits of a family, their eyes following me with an unsettling gaze. The patriarch's stern countenance, the matriarch's mournful expression, and the children frozen in eternal innocence. The story unfolded before me, etched in the fading wallpaper and creaking floorboards. The family had lived and perished within these walls, their anguished spirits lingering in a purgatorial limbo. Entering the master bedroom, I noticed an antique vanity adorned with faded photographs. A young woman, her eyes filled with a haunting sadness, stared back at me. The same melody that echoed through the mansion seemed to emanate from the cracked phonograph on the dresser. As I gazed into the mirror, the woman's reflection aged before my eyes, the years etching lines of despair into her face. Driven by an inexplicable compulsion, I followed the haunting melody down a narrow corridor. The walls seemed to close in, whispering secrets that sent shivers down my spine. A flickering candle illuminated a forgotten study, its shelves lined with dusty tomes and tattered manuscripts. One book stood out, its leather-bound cover embossed with an intricate sigil. As I opened it, ancient incantations spilled from its pages, their words resonating in the cold air. A sudden gust extinguished the candle, plunging me into an inky darkness. Whispers surrounded me, their voices intertwining with the ever-present melody. Panic gripped me as unseen hands brushed against my skin, chilling me to the bone. The oppressive air seemed to thicken, suffocating me in the abyss. In the pitch-black void, the family's apparitions materialized. The patriarch's accusing gaze, the matriarch's mournful wail, and the children's silent pleas haunted me. I stumbled backward, desperate to escape the suffocating grasp of the spectral realm. The haunting melody swelled, reaching a crescendo that echoed through the desolate corridors. In the heart of the mansion, a hidden chamber revealed itself. The room pulsed with an otherworldly energy, and a ghastly figure materialized in the center. The woman from the photographs, her eyes filled with centuries of sorrow, beckoned me closer. The incantations from the ancient tome echoed in my mind, intertwining with the haunting melody. With each step, the woman's story unfolded. Betrayed by those she loved, condemned to an eternity of suffering, her anguished spirit sought release. The room quivered with a supernatural force as the spirits of the family converged, their collective agony reaching a fever pitch. In a burst of ethereal light, the mansion seemed to exhale its tormented breath. The spirits dissipated, leaving behind an oppressive silence. The haunting melody faded, replaced by the distant, howling wind. I stood alone in the chamber, the weight of the centuries lifting from my shoulders. As I exited the mansion, the once ominous mist began to dissipate. The dilapidated structure stood silent, its malevolence quelled by the release of trapped souls. The townsfolk, unaware of the spectral drama that had unfolded, continued their lives as if nothing had transpired. I walked away from the haunted house, forever changed by the otherworldly encounter. The mysteries of the past had been unveiled, and the mansion's dark secrets laid to rest. Yet the haunting melody lingered in the recesses of my mind, a spectral reminder of the thin veil between the living and the dead, and the lingering echoes of a tragic history.